guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm just going to be filming like a little timeline of all the cars I've owned and little stories about them. So let's get into the video. So I'm going to start with current cars and then work backwards because I think you'll like the end cars, and so I'm trying to make you watch the whole video if I leave like best till last. December 2020 I bought my Range Rover Evoque, which is my new daily. Absolutely love it. A couple of things I want to do to the car. So air ride, I want to maybe wrap it yellow because me and Lewis have got plans for it, okay, already. I want to have it remapped because performance, and I want to see if it will be better on fuel because it's not great at the moment. It's only doing 28 miles per gallon and I do about 50 miles a day to and from work, so cute. But yeah, it's a good car, does what it needs to do, it's comfy, reliable, and it looks cool, and it's four-wheel drive so it can get up and down the lane, which is mint. I got the Evoque from JMC Motors in Shaw and I paid 14,800 for that. Reason I bought that was because I bought a previous Evoque, the silver Evoque, which I'll pop up on the screen. Had quite a few issues with that. I bought that in November 2020. That was meant to be a birthday present for me, to myself, and the gearbox went on that, so took it back to the dealer because it was within the warranty time, and I said, look, I'm not having this car. There was a couple of things with it anyway, like front bumper was damaged, buttons on the steering wheel didn't work, obviously the gearbox. I'm pretty sure there was something else with it as well, which I can't remember. That went back. 2011, it was a 6-speed automatic. It was a Prestige Lux. I really liked it. I liked all the optional extras on. I think it had 8 grand worth of optional extras on the car, which is a bit crazy because the Evoques don't come as a good spec. You have to spec them to make it good. Like sat navs aren't standard, fog lights aren't standard, you know, silly stuff like that. And in America, heated seats aren't standard. Standard in the UK, but not in America, which is a bit silly. Paid 15 for the silver one, and I paid less for the newer Evoque, which is a better spec, which is newer. Yeah, anyway, I was stupid when I bought that. I just wanted a new car and I went to see it and I just bought it. Anyway, so the car before that was the Mark 1 MX-5. I bought that June, July time for £200. It's an automatic. I'm doing an MX-5 build on it, so Miata build, sorry. So you can go and watch that when you finish watching this video then. I bought that. It's a V Special. It's 1992 and one little rust buckle on it. So it was a bargain. I bought it just to sell straight on, but I've become too attached to it. I tried to sell it 3 times. 3 people bought it and never showed up, so there we are. Yeah, it's just a nice car. It's really comfortable actually. The seats, wheels and suspension make it dead comfy, and it's an automatic, but that's gonna disappear. So that car had been bumped previous on the right side where the pop-up is. So previous person bought it damaged. It's not recorded or anything. Straightened it up the best he could. Welded a couple of bits on the front. Bought new bonnet, bumper and wing and headlights and like brackets and stuff like that for it. Never actually fitted them. He just left it in the yard and they needed to get rid of it. So bought it. But we didn't know that it came with all the bits. So the day before I was searching, trying to buy bits for the car. Luckily I didn't. And the car arrived with all the bits. And I was like, is this guy crazy or something? Didn't know how much his car's worth. So yeah, that's been one of the best purchases, I think. So previous to the Mark 1 MX-5 was my Audi Tt. I do have a review on that, so you can go and watch that if you want. Really nice car. It's 2007 and I got that from JVW in Shaw again. It's a 3.2 V6, it's about 250 brake. I don't think I had any issues with that car. Oh, I did. So that car was my daily to and from Bentley, and I was doing crazy miles in that car. I was living in Sale, driving all the way to Crewe / Middlewich, Passenger window didn't go up and down. Engine light used to come on. Oh, passenger door wouldn't open as well, and it wasn't great on fuel, but what did I expect? It was 3.2 V6, and I didn't drive it like Little Miss Daisy, did I? The only thing with that car, it understeered quite a bit as well, performance-wise, but... Oh, it was really good in the snow, actually, because it was a Quattro, and it was so comfortable. It was a cruiser. I would have liked the exhaust to be a bit louder, but I was planning on doing that, but it really... I don't know, I just got bored of it. I miss it now, but at the time, I don't know, I think it's because it was German. It didn't really have a personality, and little stuff kept on going wrong with it. Oh, another thing, the speakers. There was a leak around the front windscreen somewhere. It used to let water in. Never actually found the exact place where the water was coming in, so the speakers sometimes wouldn't work. Bluetooth phone connectivity was really quiet when you're on the phone to someone. You could connect your phone to the car for phone calls, but you couldn't actually listen to music through your phone, which was a bit weird. You had to buy an adapter, but the Mark II Mark II TT didn't actually have this plug and play thing, but the facelift one did. So that's a thing to note. But it, like, up to 2014, Audi TTs didn't have Bluetooth connectivity for music. Just thought I'd let you know, guys, if you're thinking of getting that. Oh, I paid, well, my dad bought it actually for my 21st. Daddy's money. I think it was 3,200 and it had done 130,000 miles on it. Anyway, I sold that to my grandma because her car got stolen. So, the car before that was... It was the Mark II, you know. I think it was the Mark II MX-5, so I got it off the same guy I got the Mark II off. So I paid £300 for that. Failed its MOT on rust and emissions. Me and my dad basically restored the car, and the plan was, I bought it in the summer. I can't remember what year I bought it. I think it was 2018. If I'm wrong, I'll put it up on the screen somewhere. After Christmas that year to sell it, but he is still here. Not for long though, because no, I'm not going to tell you. You can go and watch the Miata build video. See what's crack-a-lacking with that. Basically, he's just full of bog because we were doing a quick job on him. We didn't think he would last this long. The only issue I've actually had with that car is rust. He's passed all his MOTs properly, must I say. Oh, it failed on handbrake as well because the handbrake wouldn't hold, but just used it a couple of times and then there was a big bang and then it worked, so that was great. Oh yeah, my alternator decided not to work anymore, but I think it had something to do with the ECU because I left the car a couple of months while I was down in Sale and Wilmslow. I'd not run the car for a couple of months and then I came back here in lockdown and I went to start it and it wouldn't start. I think I bought 3 alternators for it, all ones which actually worked beforehand, and they didn't work, and then I bought a standalone Mark 1 alternator. So Mark 2 alternators have to run through the ECU to work, and a Mark 1 is just standalone, so it doesn't run through the ECU. Put that on and the car works, but it still flashes up on the dash like I'm not charging the battery. So I think the alternators I've got do actually work, but it's just the ECU which has gone a bit funny. I've put a lot of money into that car. I've done cheap mods to it. Like, I've got the hardtop cheap, £250 paid for the hardtop. Front splitter, coilovers, wheels, steering wheel, ducktail, exhaust, you know, just cheap little mods. So I've not really put that much into him, but I think is the only car which I've actually put money into. The Mark 1 I'm going to be putting money into, but yeah. So far, my favourite car has been the Mark 2, just to let you guys know. So, the car before the Mark 2 was my little Fiesta. I think it was my Fiesta. It was either the Fiesta or the Civic. I had a Mark 7 Fiesta, which I've just sold recently, so I did have 4 cars at one point. I have a problem, guys. Hi, I'm Lucy and I'm addicted to buying cars. Mark 7 Fiesta does what it says on the tin, let me say that. Comfy, reliable. I had it quite a while, I think I had it 4 years, and it only broke down on me twice, which was quite good for the miles I was doing as well. 5 seats and you could actually fit 5 people in the car. It was a big boot. It did 54 miles per gallon at one point with my motorway drives. Cheap tax, it was only £20 road tax. And it's not a bad looking car. Like, I think because of nonsense having them now, like they've got a bad name about them, but at the time when I bought the car, it wasn't like the Corsa at the time. That was like your McDonald's car. It still kind of is, but now it's going to like Fiesta, but I bought it before everyone else bought Fiestas, so they all copied me. Don't blame them. It was a good car. So 2 issues with it. Paid 2,200 for that, and I've just sold it for 1,500, so I've not lost that much money. And I bought it on 84,000 I think, and I've just sold it for 102,000. So the car before that was a Honda Civic, which me and my ex Oliver bought. Me and Oliver are still friends, so no hard feelings. So we'd bought a 2002 Honda Civic. We were going to make that into a track car. I can't remember what year we bought that. It was gold. It failed its MOT. No, yeah, it failed its MOT. I think we paid £250 for the car. I remember tax being quite expensive on that, but we literally parked the car up, did a couple of bits on it, like it didn't have, we put an induction kit on it and painted the wheels black, took the stickers off, drove it up and down the lane a couple of times, and that was it. That's all we did to the car. And I think we had it for a year as well. We sold it, we made some money on it. That was like the least eventful car we've had. So before that I got a Mini, my little Mini, Brian, that was what it was called. It was a 1.6, 2004, but on a 53 plate, and I absolutely love that car. Absolutely love that car. So I got that when I think I was 15. I got that car. I know I wasn't allowed to drive, but it was just amazing. I absolutely loved it. So it had a pan roof, it had, that was it. That was all the spec. Anyway, I don't know, there was just something about, I think there's always something with your first car, like you always have that connection to it. Issues with it, all my cars just cut out on me. So it had a fuel problem, so no fuel was getting to the engine, which was a bit strange. So bought another Mini one, which was black but painted orange, and my dad used the gearbox out of that to mend a Mini Cooper we had, and all the fuel stuff was taken out of that and then put into my Mini. But when that was done, it was fine. Oh, it also had a starting problem when my mum had it, when my mum used to drive it before I had passed my test. So my dad put a button, like a stop-start button on, and after we put that in, we never actually used it because it always started then, which was a bit strange. The car probably knew. Paid £2,000 for that. Sold it to this guy called Trevor, I think for 1,500 a couple of years later. Trevor has OCD and then decided to stop driving for some reason, and then we bought the car back. So I had Brian back for a couple of weeks. Then we sold it to a guy who works at my dad's place, and then we were meant to be buying it back off him for like £200. He's the guy who actually bought my Fiesta, so he's got both my old cars. He must like my cars because I look after my cars, even though I don't clean them. I cleaned the Evoque the other day actually. Car before the Mini. This is why you were staying to the end of the video. So, E30 Touring, it was 316i automatic. I don't actually have any pictures of that car, you know, because I didn't keep it for that long, because that was meant to be my first car. So we got that, and it was supposed to be my first car, but we couldn't get insurance on it. I know. So that car was, I think it was £250 we paid for that off this guy, and it was just parts of his drive. Didn't use it, just wanted to get rid of it. It had been bumped on the front but not recorded, so we tied a bit round the front of the grille and then other bit round a tree and pulled it out straight. That's how us Swains do it, okay? So yeah, I literally just cleaned the E30. I was devastated that I couldn't get insurance on it because it was so cool. I absolutely loved it. It was a pretty clean car. It had marks here and there, but nothing major. Put it on eBay. I think it sold for £850 on bids, and a young guy bought it and he was so excited. I've got a picture on my phone of like the exact colour, same wheels, same interior, but I don't get why I never took a picture of that car. I'm such a weirdo, aren't I? I've got pictures of my Fiesta, but why would I take pictures of a Fiesta? The car before, the E30, my dad had actually bought this for me. It was a Land Rover Discovery. I think it was a TD3, and it was called Jet. It was a V8. It was also like a bluey green colour. I do have a picture of that car. I might put the video in of it running as well. That was such a cool car. It was, I think it was a manual. You know, I can't actually remember. Yeah, it was a manual. It was extremely greedy. So my dad bought me that to like basically learn how to drive and potter about up where we live. Yeah, I think that was my first true love, you know, my Jed. So every like older Discovery I see now, I'm like, oh, Jed. And when I see a Mini, it's Brian. And all MX-5s are called Derek as well, because mine's called Derek. And my Mini was called Brian. The best car I have ever owned was a car my dad got me again, just to potter about up here and learn how to drive as well as Jed. So, are you ready for this one, guys? I don't have any pictures of it though, because I think I was about 12 or 13 when I started to learn how to drive. A Fiat Cinquecento. Yes, I had the in-betweeners car. It was so cool. It was yellow as well, and it had blue Recaro racing seats in. It had blue door cards, and it had blue Go Faster stripes down the side. And at the end of the Go Faster stripes, it was like your funny checkered flag almost coming up. It was such a cool car. I absolutely loved it. I remember, I can just picture it now being parked up at the garage. So excited. So excited. I don't know how much my dad actually bought that car for me for. I don't know how much we sold it, but I think, guys, that the icing on the cake, and I'm very glad you stayed to the video, and anyone who came off this video and didn't see the best and my first car, then you're missing out. You're missing out on making fun of me for having the in-betweeners car. I think it was actually a newer one than the in-betweeners car, because the in-betweeners car's got the backlights, a rectangle and the flush, so like that. But mine were more rounded and came out a bit like that, the backlights. So I don't really know much about them cars, you know, but so anyway, if you've stayed to the end of the video, I don't know how and why you stayed, but so I hope you liked watching and learning about all the cars I've had and what they mean to me. And yeah, and hopefully soon I'll have some more cars to add to the collection, and then you can watch another one of these videos of me having a brew and talking about my old cars. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. Oh, and if you follow me on my Instagram account, which is @LucyMX5, you get daily car updates of what I'm doing to all my cars. And yeah, so thanks guys, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye.